Okay, so initially I was gonna lump it up into one big videos, but I was looking at a time and it's gonna be like 34 minutes. So I decided to chop it back up to kind of like each individual ones. I'm gonna do sludge right now. And you'll probably notice in my videos I am not showing you how to transform things. I would be doing you guys a disservice if I were to do that. Because I'm such an amateur, it just won't even make sense. I will point you towards a person that I greatly admire and I feel very, very informative, articulate. His name is MGO316 when it comes to transforming Transformers. He is the best. He has two types of transformation videos. One's for the review, which also has his transformation. But then there's a bare to the bones, just transform it videos where he transforms it from robot to alternate mode back to robot again, so you won't be missing any of the steps. And I usually go to him for masterpiece figures, because the masterpieces, they're like $200-300, man. And you want to know what you're doing when you transform them, where it potentially is dangerous, so it kind of gives you an idea. With these, doesn't matter because they're kind of soft plastic anyway. And then he also does comparison with relative robots when he's doing his review, so which I always look for in a review. And he's very entertaining. You can also try TM reviews. He's also doing his videos very well now, 4K quality. But for any, I always go to MGO first. If I can't find it, it goes to TM reviews. And then also Ben's collectibles, because his reviews go to different transformers that MGO won't touch, because he does knockoffs too. Ben's collectibles, he has two channels. He also does comparisons, so you can kind of see how it fits in your collection. And then, like I said, TM reviews kind of fits in the middle between the two. Okay, so go to those channels if you want to know how to transform it well. So here's the my review of Sludge. I'm sorry for the cuts, but you know, editing is not my forte. Sludge in robot mode, man. How big is this guy? So big, I can't even fit him in my review area because I don't really have anything set up that covers wider than this, and this is like maybe 11 feet, 11 inches. Sorry. Anyway, so I love this thing, man. The only thing, did you see that? It's got soft ratchet, but it's so soft. It's oink. Now, like I said, I'm not that picky when I'm reviewing things because I really love how this thing looks. I mean, can you imagine that we were gonna get something like this after Power the Primes with that fiddly Dinobots? And this thing's so big. It's like, if you can't afford the masterpiece, then go for this one at the least. After this, you really don't need anything else, you know, unless you really want the masterpiece form. But yeah, so in the MotoMaster review in cab form, I was talking about how they're going to the softer plastic. So I was messing around with this part right here, and it snapped. Did I panic? No, because you know, this thing is so soft and squishy, you just know that it didn't do any damage. Because look at that. Look, can you even see the nub of how little it connects into? It's just a matter of punching it in like that, and you're okay. So you don't need to sweat about it, right? Look, you can't. So this does become an irritant to me, because if he can't even stand up straight, look, Oh no, he's blown. Oh, he's falling asleep. You can't even do that. Then it becomes a problem, right? Because I'm not even going for any kind of crazy pose. I'm just handing him stand up. So this is one of those robots where he's gonna have to lean on his friends. It does have an ankle pivot, so that's kind of cool. The movement is everything you could possibly want, except for an ab crunch. But you know, you can fake an ab crunch by doing this, bending over. That's the movement of the head. Oh wow, look at that. You can go up like that. Can't go look down. You can, whatever pose you want, this can do it. I mean, how many more poses can you possibly want when you're playing with your toys? And right, huh? I mean, we are all playing with our toys, right? If you want them to display, and you bought them primarily for display, well, you know, or like in terms of like displaying in poses, then you're gonna be disappointed by this, because if he can't even stand, he's not gonna hold any pose. Nah. The best I can advise you is get some sort of stand where you can have him kind of flying up, and then you can kind of pose it. So there's little weight on those joints, but how it looks great. It just looks great. Okay, that's it for his robot form, and let's go into his Dino form. Okay, so we're here in the Dinobot mode, dinosaur mode of Sludge, and from the side it looks great. I'm not sure about this tail, but I can deal with it. The top is just beautiful. From the front, he looks beautiful. Articulation is great. There's obviously, because it's low to the ground, the floppiness won't even matter. This is pretty stiff. There is a soft ratchet. This is really stiff, so that's pretty cool. And then you can open up his mouth, and he has that small blaster thing over there. He's got full teeth this time. Paint is great. Everything is. I'm just so happy we've gotten to this level of Dinobot detail. The bottom is hollow, but I'm not displaying this toy like that, right? So that doesn't matter to me. As far as I know, or as far as I'm concerned, the imagination is intact. Right, the freedom to imagine what this toy is intact. There's nothing that basically just say, oh my god, that's too ugly to look at. It's perfect. It's just fine. It's perfect. Again, if you want something more better, then you go for the masterpiece line. If she's let's see, I think I bought mine for like maybe 180 or 200. By, is it Gigapower? Yeah, I went with Gigapower. Transformed that once. That's it. It's kind of scary because it's masterpiece. It's expensive. This toy, you're not afraid to transform it. You can force things around. The plastic is so soft, it's gonna bend towards however angle you want to force it into. That's perfect. It's meant to be played with, right? So that's the other advantage of having that soft plastic. That's basically it. I don't think there's any improvements I can think of in this one. The way it is now, the way it was presented, the way it's produced, it's good as it is. Alright, and on to the next.